Hello everybody, welcome to iExamBee's Legalbee. This is Amrita, your law faculty here at iExamBee. Embrace our iExamBee learning experience with us, and if you're preparing for any competitive exams after your law, then don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Legalbee, and also download our app for 50% faster preparation of your job. And also you can check out the online courses available on www.iexambee.com. Call us on this number, and also you can email on hello@iexambee.com in case of any queries. Today I am going to continue with the series that I have started for the preparation of IBPS SO Law Officer exam and UIIC Legal Exam 2024. 300 important MCQ की series हमने start की है, and in this video today I am going to continue with the subject of Partnership Act. Partnership Act is one of the common subjects for both the examinations, and it is also important, and I would say it is a very scoring one. इससे अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो ये क्वेश्चन आपके लिए काफी सिंपल हो जाता है सॉल्व करने के लिए. So definitely you should be well prepared with this act. Which of the following is not a valid partnership? A partnership arising out of a contract, partnership for a particular adventure, partnership arising out of status, none of the above, all of the above. Which of the following is not a valid partnership पूछा गया है यहाँ पे. Correct answer is C, partnership arising out of status. Partnership is not created by status. So relationship of partnership arises from contract and not from status. This is very clear to everybody. ये concept बहुत ही important है, and उसकी वजह से जो correct option यहाँ पे रहेगा that will be answer C. बाकी के दोनों भी valid हैं, A also and B also. Property of a partnership firm can be used exclusively for the business of the firm, can be used to meet personal losses of partners, can be used for the business of the firm, any of B and C. यानी कि can be used to meet personal losses of the partners या फिर for the business of the firm. None of the above. So partnership firm की property किस चीज के लिए use की जा सकती है? Correct answer is A. It can be used exclusively for the business of the firm. Definitely, what is the objective of entering into a partnership? That is to earn money, to earn profit. That is what is the main objective, business. Section 15 deals with the application of property of the firm. It clearly talks about this and is used exclusively for the purposes of the business. Where no provision is made by contract between the partners for the determination of the partnership is partnership at will, general partnership, special partnership, partnership by status or particular. ये सारे partnership के types हैं. एक चीज मैं आपको यहाँ कहना चाहूंगी कि आप ये सारे types पढ़ के रखिए. सारे के सारे types के meanings आपको पता होनी चाहिए. Correct answer over here in this question is A, that is partnership at will. Important point है ये. Section 7 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932 deals with this. When there is no provision for the determination of partnership, then the partnership at will it is going to be. इसको partnership at will कहते हैं. Which of the following statements is true? A partner is entitled to receive remuneration for taking part in the conduct of the business. Partners are not required to share equally in the profits earned. Where a partner is entitled to interest on the capital subscribed by him, such interest shall be payable only out of the losses. B and C. None of the above. So इसमें से true statement क्या है that has been asked over here? Correct answer is E. None of the above is a true statement. Partner is entitled to receive remuneration. ये भी गलत है because he is a partner, he is not an employee. Partners are not required to share equally in the profit earned. ये भी गलत statement है. Where a partner is entitled to interest on the capital subscribed by him, such interest shall be payable only out of losses. ये भी गलत statement है. So none of the above is the correct answer. As per section 13, all the mutual rights and liabilities of the partners are clear. So this is an important provision. यहाँ से अलग-अलग form में questions पूछे जा सकते हैं, but very simple provision it is. As I have already told you, Partnership Act is an easy and simple legislation. It is catchy, so do prepare it well. And remember, all these things are actually subjected to the contract between the parties. Anyone who knowingly permits himself to be represented to be a partner of a firm is liable as a partner to anyone who has on the faith of any such representation given credit to the firm. Is liable only if he is aware that such representation has reached the person so giving him credit. Shall be liable if the person so representing him knows or does not know that the representation has reached the person so giving credit. A and C A and B. So anyone who knowingly permits himself to be represented to be a partner in a firm, what is the correct answer over here? Is answer D is correct. That means A and C all both of them are correct. That he is liable as a partner to anyone who has on the faith of any such representation given credit to the firm, and he shall be liable if the person so representing himself knows or does not know that the representation has reached out to the person giving credit. यानी कि उसके बोलने पे किसी ने अगर भरोसा किया और अगर क्रेडिट दे दिया, then he will be liable for it, चाहे उसे ये पता हो या ना हो. The concept of holding out this is, which is covered under section 28, important concept it is. It just works like an estoppel kind of. A retiring partner shall be liable until public notice of retirement is given, be discharged from his liabilities for the acts of the firm carried out after his date of retirement, be discharged for any liability to third party for the acts of the firm before retirement also by an agreement made by him with such third party and reconstituted firm. A and B both are correct. A, B and C all are correct. So retiring partner shall do what out of all these things? Correct answer is E. ये सारी ही चीजें important हैं and ये सारी formalities उसको करनी जरूरी है. It is actually a mandate. Section 32 provides for retirement of a partner and it covers all these points in clause 2 and clause 3. उसने public notice भी देना है and he will be discharged from the liabilities of the firm which are carried out after this date of retirement. पहले की डेट के जो भी activities है, for that he will continue to be liable, and his liability to third party for acts of the firm before retirement also he will be liable, but by an agreement he can discharge himself with that third party and the reconstituted firm. ये agreement होना जरूरी है. This is also an important point. यहाँ पे थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन आपको हो सकता है कि आपको लग सकता है कि ए और बी ही करेक्ट है तो डी तो करेक्ट नहीं है, बट if you have the proper knowledge of the concept and you have read the provision there, you can answer it correctly. Every partner of a firm is liable dash for all acts of the firm, jointly, severally, both jointly and severally, either jointly or severally, co-extensively to his share. Very interesting question this is. It actually confuses you if you think over it a lot. But if you are actually aware of the concept, then you can very easily answer. Correct answer over here is C, both jointly and severally. Section 25 deals with liability of a partner for the acts of the firm. Every partner is liable jointly with all the other partners and also severally for all acts of the firm which are done while he is a partner. Which of the following is the appropriate definition of partnership? Relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business, persons acting jointly to carry out a trade or an occupation, all carrying out business or any of them acting for all, A and C, B and C. So which of the following is the appropriate definition of partnership that has been asked over here? Correct answer is D, A and C. Relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business, all carrying out business or any of them acting for all. Indian Partnership Act 1932 Section 4 deals with this. Partnership is the relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all of them or any of them acting for all. इसमें agency का भी concept involved है. Which of the following is not true about partnership? That it is defined under section 4. ये तो हमने अभी देखा previous slide में just. So obviously everybody knows the answer of A, that it is correct. Created by contract, not created by status. An HUF carrying out business in a partnership firm? None of the above. They are asking you which of the following is a false statement. ये क्वेश्चन भी आप बहुत इजीली आंसर कर सकते हैं. Recently in the previous questions we have also seen that partnership is not created by status and they are asking you that it is not created by status. तो यहाँ पे आपको confusion नहीं होना चाहिए. ये not created है तो ये true है and what they are asking you is not true means this is false. तो ये तो true statement है. HUF carrying out business in a partnership firm, that is also not correct. That is not true. So ये थोड़ा सा not word की वजह से confusion मत होने देना. Be very clear with the concept. Section 5 ये clearly discuss करता है about the HUF also. When a partner exercises authority in an emergency and protects the firm from loss, then such act shall bind the firm, shall not bind the firm, shall bind only the partner exercising authority, shall bind the designated partners, shall bind only the active partners and not the sleeping partners. So when a partner exercises authority in an emergency and protects the firm from loss, then in such a case, the act shall bind the firm. Because he has acted in an emergency, definitely he has to act reasonably. Section 21 covers this. He should do the act which a person with ordinary prudence would have done in that case or in similar circumstances. Then such act will bind the firm. Because partner also acts in a representative or agency kind of concept is there. Partner's liability for an act of the firm is jointly with other partners, severally for all acts of the firm, jointly for acts of the firm and severally with other partners, both A and B, either A or B. So the partner's liability for acts of the firm is what over here? Correct answer is D, both A and B, that is jointly with other partners and severally for all acts of the firm. Liability of partners for acts of the firm. This is simple. Jointly will be with all the partners and severally for the acts of the firm done while he is a partner, उसके लिए severally liable रहेगी. Which of the following is not a feature of partnership business? Two or more persons, agreement, mutual agency, sharing of profits, separate legal entity. Very easy. Correct answer is E, separate legal entity. Company का distinct feature है. It is not found in partnership. But yes, it is there in a limited liability partnership, that is LLP. Partners have the duty to indemnify the loss caused to the firm if firm dissolves, losses caused by fraud of the creditors, losses caused by fraud of the partners, losses caused by anybody, any of the above. So partners have the duty to indemnify the loss that is caused to the firm if answer is C, losses caused by fraud of partners. As per section 10 of the Partnership Act, losses caused to the firm by fraud of partners and this to be indemnified by the partners, that is actually their duty. In partnership, partners' liabilities are unlimited, limited to the capital of the business, limited, both limited and unlimited, both A and B, limited to the capital of the business, unlimited. Means ये थोड़ा सा options देख के थोड़ा confusion होता है, but actually it is very easy and crystal clear that the partners' liabilities are unlimited in Partnership Act. अगर LLP है तो limited liability आएगी, that is Limited Liability Partnership Act. After dissolution of firm, the goodwill of the firm can be sold, will remain as it is, will dissolve, cannot be sold, no action even if it is destroyed. Means it does not have any value at all. So very easy and interesting question I would say again. किसी का अगर concept clear नहीं goodwill क्या है तो उससे गलती हो सकती है, but please be very careful. This act will fetch you a lot of marks. Just study it in the right manner, focus on the important topics. As in the video also we have discussed various areas, questions have been covered. सारी provisions बहुत important है. आप इन वीडियो की PPTs को डाउनलोड करके रखिए. कोई भी डाउट्स है, क्वेरीज है तो हमें रीच आउट कीजिए. And the correct answer for this is A, that it can be sold because it is a property of the firm. Section 14 of the Act covers that. Prepare 50% faster with us at Legalbee. Reach out to us in case of doubts, queries. Subscribe to our YouTube channel Legalbee. Check our app by downloading that and even the course features that are available on our Legalbee's app. Thank you everybody.